What is up, postal besties? It is your girl Creole Barbie with USPS Vlogs. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Creole Barbie. What I do here on my channel is I make tons of videos pertaining to USPS. I am a current USPS employee who works as a clerk at the plant. If you want to get more acquainted with me and what I do here on my channel, be sure to check out my USPS playlist where I give you a great deal of insight on what to expect when joining the postal service. Without further ado, please allow me to get into my video because this is going to be a really good one. Now, in case it's your first time visiting, I recently just went ahead and bid it out of letter automation, and I'm currently in FSM. Now, if you want to know more about what FSM is, it is a flat sorter machine. I process large magazines, small magazines, as well as large envelopes and things that can't be processed through your traditional DBS machines. I've been doing this for 5 days now, and I'm here to share with you guys my absolute experience and what I had acknowledge, encounter, and face while working those 5 days as a FSM. Was the move worth it for me from coming over as an automation clerk to FSM? Do I like the environment, things that I picked up on within that Pacific unit and things like that? As a FSM operator, I am processing magazines, but not only just processing these magazines by myself. I'm processing it with either one other person or 2 other people, depending on how much the staff is and how big the unit is. So in my particular unit, there is actually 3 people to a machine. There's myself and someone else that's feeding the mail, and then there's one other person that is in the back making sure they get the jams of the machines and things like that. Now, my first day there, I did let my supervisor know that it's been 4 years since I've actually been at the FSM. Literally, when I was first converted into being a career employee, I had my first bid as an FSM clerk. I absolutely disliked it. So what I did was, me and all my friends that actually went upstairs with me when we converted, we talked our old supervisor into letting us come downstairs until we got a bid. I never did work on the machines hardly because I was always downstairs in letter automation. My supervisor would call the FSM supervisor at the time and say, hey, I need Lisa, Creole, and Monica to come downstairs to automation, and she was cool with it. She would let us go downstairs. She we absolutely hated it and things like that. When it came to understanding how FSM worked, I had absolutely no clue, and I actually mentioned that to my supervisor, like, hey, it's been a long time since I've been up here. I'm gonna need a refresher and understanding on how this unit is actually ran. I do catch on quickly. I'll happen to be partnered up with someone who I met 4 years ago who's still an FSM clerk, who showed me the ropes, showed me how to get equipment, where to get equipment, and things like that. When I first got to the machine, he showed me that when you first get here, you have to set the machine up. Although the machine does the majority of the work, when it comes to sweeping, you still have to manually, by your hands, insert the tubs that these magazines come in into the machine. So you're literally taking these tubs off of these pallets and you're inserting these tubs onto this conveyor belt that slides into the machine, goes down another conveyor belt, and slide into the actual bin it's supposed to go to. Now, if you're working with someone who is lazy, they're not going to help set the machine up. This is something that I noticed my first time arriving upstairs, how individuals can actually be lazy on this particular unit. Even though it's super easy compared to letter automation, and I feel like it's unnecessary to actually be lazy while doing this, there's people that are literally not trying to do anything. So They'll watch you set the machine up while they just sit down at the machine until everything is ready and the mail handlers bring over the mail that will be running for the day. That's something that I noticed up front and I dislike. So another thing that I noticed and I dislike is when feeding the mail, there were two individuals that swapped out within each other every 15 minutes. But that's typical because a lot of times, depending on how you and your team are trying to have this machine ran in your area, you guys come up with a method that suits not only yourself but everyone, because it is a team effort job. Something that we didn't have in automation. It was literally just you and one other partner. So what I noticed when it was time to start sweeping was that the individuals would switch out with each other every 15 minutes. But when it came to feeding mail, they would get the mail that had the least amount of mail in it. So therefore, I saw myself feeding the majority of the mail while they were actually feeding way less than what I was. That's straight too. Now, what individuals fail to realize, when people bid to a unit, you might never ever saw these people before, but just because you never saw these people before does not mean that they are new or game goofy to how things are ran and what type of games people play while working at the post office. I've seen it all within the 6 years that I've been working for the Postal Service, so I know the ropes. I am not new to this. I am true to this. So that's something that I noticed right up front. So I knew that when I was going to establish a team to work with, these two individuals were going to be somebody that I am not going to be working with, because I noticed the lack of effort they were trying to put out into the work with our team. If you do something like that, then you're not a good team to be a part of, and guess what? I'm not going to do it. Another game I noticed people play is when you finish your APC of mail, instead of allowing you to go get a new APC or Ergo of mail, they want to push the mail that they done to you. And then they see a small amount of mail and they take that small amount of mail and begin to run. That's something that I dislike as well. I feel like you need to finish your amount of mail and then we'll go up, or whoever needs mail can go up and get their own mail. I don't think it's proper to push down mail when someone else finished to run your mail while you go get a small amount of mail. When you look at the machine, what you will notice what feeder has ran what amount of mail, and then you guys have a throughput as a whole. So that's something that I disliked, I didn't appreciate, and I noticed that right off the bat. When you form a good team, the job can be completely easy. That's what I like versus automation, is that literally is not hard on the body. In automation, you're bending over and you're sweeping these bins like this. You're sweeping these bins in automation, okay? But when you are an FSM clerk, you're not bending over and sweeping anything. You're literally just waiting until there's a jam, or if any full bin slides down to the reject for you to take and put it where it needs to go and things like that. That's the only thing that you're actually waiting for. Now, when all the mail is finished ran, the machine is swept out in the hole and all the bins come down the conveyor belt. You take the bins and put it where it needs to go. I did notice when it's time to load your dispatch up, there's people that try to get out of that, meaning they don't want to load the dispatch up. All they want to do is feed. Again, it's fine if you verbally communicate this with your team, but if you just want to sit and stand there and watch other people load the mail up after every dispatch, that could be an issue. So these are some things that I've noticed when working at FSM. Right now, I'm in the middle of trying to find a good team to be a part of. So far, I think right now, within the 4th and 5th day, we pretty much got a little solid team going on that I think that will work. I know everyone's work method and everyone's work ethic. So therefore, I know who likes to do what and who doesn't like to do certain things. Me, myself, I don't mind doing anything. Like, it's not a limitation to the amount of work that I do. So all in all, I do enjoy working in FSM. I like it more than I did in letter automation. I'll tell you guys more about letter automation and the physical effects it can have on your body long term, to the reason why I decided to bid out of that particular unit. However, you guys, thank you for watching my channel. If you like this video, give me a big thumb up. Comment in the comment section below if you have any questions. In the meantime, you guys, I am out. Y'all have a good weekend, and guess what? I will be back with more videos tomorrow, so stay tuned. In the meantime, I'll see you guys later. Deuces.